Hello everyone, this is Deepika Patel and welcome to the school quiz class. So let's start our today's topic and today we'll be discuss the asexual reproduction, and in the asexual reproduction we will discuss the fragmentation. Fragmentation. So what is fragmentation process? In this process an individual, firstly it is happened in the multicellular multicellular organism. Okay, it means those organisms which have more than one cell. Okay, so this is called the multicellular organisms. So fragmentation occurs in the multicellular organisms. Okay, and now what is fragmentation? So this is a process of asexual reproduction in which the organism splits into fragments, and these fragments individually grows into full organism. Okay, so the example of the fragmentation is like Spirogera. Okay, and let's say this is a Spirogera. So what is happening in the fragmentation? And Spirogera is a plant. Okay, so fragmentation can happen in the plant. From this Spirogera example you can understand this. And if a question asked in the examination like the fragmentation is only happens in the animals, so you can wrong those question. Okay, so what is the fragmentation example? So we are seeing the fragmentation example. So this is a Spirogera. Okay, let's say this is a Spirogera, and what is happening at the maturation state? When it is mature enough, so it breaks into two parts or many parts. Let's take two, means it breaks into a fragments. Okay, and these individual fragments grows into full Spirogera. Okay, Spirogera. So these are the example of the fragmentation. Okay, so what is fragmentation? In the fragmentation an organism will split into the fragments. Okay, this is the fragments, and these fragments individually grow into full organisms. Okay, so this fragment also grow into full Spirogera, and this fragment also grow into full Spirogera. So this is the fragmentation process in the asexual reproduction. Okay, so let's move to the next. And next we have the regeneration. Firstly understand all these topics, then we will differentiate one by one. Okay, and also compare from one to another. So what is regeneration? In the regeneration process it is also a asexual reproduction and this also happens in the multicellular organisms. Okay, multicellular organism. So what is this process? In this process in this process. Let's take the example firstly. So the example of the regeneration is the planaria or hydra, okay, etc. So let's take an example of the planaria. In the NCRT, the planaria is also the example is given. Okay, so this is the planaria. Okay, so it will, what will happen? Some damage will happen to this body of the planaria, and this will be, let's say, broke into parts. Okay, so this type. Okay, and this part regenerate. The broken parts of the planaria will generate, and even it regenerates into a full-fledged planaria. Okay, so it will also become a whole planaria. Okay, and this part, this broken part, is also become the whole planaria, and this also become the whole planaria. So this is the regeneration. Regeneration is the simply is the process in which the broken parts of the organs organs have the ability have the ability to regrow or regenerate. Okay, it means the damaged cells or the damaged tissues, this will regrow and regenerate, and it will also even regrow to the full fleshed body of the organs. Okay, of the organism. So this is the regeneration. Sometimes, sorry, the regeneration is not like a reproduction, not same as the reproduction. Okay, because the, see, in the reproduction, what is happening? In the reproduction, the organs create the new offsprings, new offsprings. Okay, but what is happening in the regeneration? It is regrow. It means the parts is already there. Okay, some parts is already there, but it is regrow and into a full-fledged organs. Okay, so it is creating and it is regrowing. Okay, so there is a difference between the regeneration and the reproduction. And what is the difference between the fragmentation and regeneration? Because in the fragmentation we also see the spirogera. This is spirogera, and it will splits into the fragmentations, and this fragmentation will grow into a full spirogera. So you might relate, like, this, the fragmentation and the regeneration is like the same process, but it is not. You can see here, these are the broken parts. Okay, and these are regrowing. Sometimes it is regrowing to the parts only. Let's say a lizard. So you have seen sometimes a lizard can lost their, sometimes a lizard lost their tails. Okay, so what is happening? After some time these tails again come. Okay, again come to the lizard. So what is happening here? The tails is a part of the lizard, and tails is regenerating and regrowing, but not the whole lizard is regrowing. Okay, not the whole lizard is regrowing. And sometimes in the organs, and in some organs, the whole body of the organs is regrowing or regenerating. And what is happening in the fragmentation? The fragmentation is happening at the maturation stage. Okay, means this spirogera at the maturation stage, at the mature level, will broke, okay, or will split into a fragmentation, and this fragmented part will grow into a full spirogera. But what is happening here? This is already a broken part, or, or you can say the damage is happening there. So that's why the parts are regrowing. So in the fragmentation, the reproduction is like a happening. Okay, the process of the reproduction is like a happening, but in the regeneration, this is not same as the reproduction, because there is regrowing and there is creating. Okay, in the reproduction there is creating, and in the regeneration there is regrowing. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you. What is the difference between the fragmentation, okay, regeneration? So what is the difference between in these two, and what is the difference between in regeneration and the reproduction? Okay, so we are counting the regeneration in the reproduction. Okay, but if the examiner asks, so you can differentiate it by this way, which I have been told you. Okay, so this is all for today, and in the next class we will see the all the other reproduction, like the budding we have remained. Okay, spore formation remained, vegetation, propagation remained. Okay, so we will see all those other types of sexual reproduction, and also see the sexual reproduction. Okay, so this is all for today, and in the next class we'll meet. Okay, so thank you for joining the class. Thank